Okay, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I did say I would do my deck profile, so this is my Vegeks profile from the Cardmarket event. Again, it was a best of one, and I got 12th place in the end. Went X2, probably should have done a bit better than that. I threw one of the games, it was my misplay. But yeah, you've probably seen a lot of Vegeks lists now. You guys all know what the leader does. So just going through the list pretty quickly. We have for the Unison standard. Could maybe drop it to 3 in certain builds if you really need the space, but we played 4. Then we got 4 Trunks. And for Vegeta, and of course the 4 Kai as well. Kai is absolutely amazing. Just having that 10k combo is great, but yeah, pretty standard stuff. Then in terms of the floodgates, we play for the Goku. This card is absolutely amazing. If you don't know what it does, it's a 1 cost. You can take a life to make it 15, and when your opponent activates a counter, they need to warp 1 from hand. This is absolutely it's just really great in every single matchup, especially against the control matchups. So I found that red-blue is kind of difficult for this, because if they set up an early cooler, if they set up a board, just having this to stop all their negates, their toppos and all of that is just really fantastic. And of course we played 4 of Black Marseille as well. This card was, I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with this card. Sometimes it either does nothing or it wins you the game. So I felt like I needed to play these in the main board at 4. Again, it's a self-awakener, which helps in some scenarios as well. Then we have 4 Power Burst, run quite a lot on the gates, the BMS, the Goku and the Kai, so this adds more back, sparking as well, which is great. And 4 copies of Boo. This is sort of, it was useful at times, but I also felt like you just never really wanted to spend the energy. There was something to spend, something better to spend the energy on. So I might look into the ratio of this, but you know, milling is always good in this deck. And 4 of the Vegeta super combo. This is the best one. We did think about maybe go 2 Vegeta and 2 Trunks, because it's a best of 1 and you want the super combos early. And yes, I did want the super combos earlier in some games, so Trunks maybe would have helped in those, but actually when these were live, it was just so much better. You could fix your hand from your Boos or your Unisons, stuff like that, which you couldn't use because of the energy constraints. I only played 3 Kai. So I did, I ended up dropping one of these in the last Cardmarket event when I came 17th, and just for space reasons, but yeah, I felt like 3 was enough, and definitely if you see the rest of my deck, there's a lot of double strikes, so 3 was definitely enough, I felt, for this particular build, and I saw it enough, and because sometimes if you do run 4, it can clog your hand. And the secret I went for is Kai. I played Lineage last time, and I just felt that Kai covered more of the bad matchups and more of the things that this deck struggles with. It does cost an extra energy, but just having the Kai to board wipe again, if you're playing against some sort of control deck and they put toppers on board, or if they build a board, having this to clear everything is really good for you, because it takes the pressure off your life count, which means you can play more 1-drops and you can swing more times. In terms of the overall package, we have 3 Demigra. I only own 3, but I think this was a good amount. It was it's really strong in the matches that it is strong against, kind of like BMS, I guess. But this has a bit more utility. It does cost 2, which is quite a lot. But yeah, maybe bump up to 4. Most people are on 4, but I felt 3 was enough. As I said, I only own 3. 3 man on a mission, so I don't own Bardox. I played this instead, which means I switch up my playstyle a little bit. So the man on mission, you want to play it earlier, get the double crit, and put some pressure on the opponent. Then 2 secret identity. This will be for any deck that plays Black Marseille against you, or just spot removal of anything. This was really good. Sometimes it can feel underwhelming, but in those matches where you need that removal straight away, this does get you out of some tricky spots. And finally, 2 Mirror Itself from the Skies. This is taken from Chris Reyes' list. I did speak to him before this event, and we were discussing whether the Overrealm 7 was really an issue, but we found that it wasn't. You did get it off quite early, although I never really played this card early. This card did win me a couple of games to have that double strike, and the drawing the card is actually the key. Untapping the energy would be useful if you didn't manage to get the win, but most of the time when this came down, the way I timed it, you would win with it. So I've got, as I said, I've got the 5 double strike Overrealm here, and also with the Unison as well, which meant that 3 Kai was generally enough. In terms of matchups, game 1 I played against Android 21, which it was pretty fine. Black Marseille set that up. So game 2 was against Hatch. That was quite a weird match because I hadn't really practiced it, but just generally the Unison came in really clutch for that one, having the double strike, and I think Hatch not being able to aggro me down, which I feel like Vegeks has a slight weakness against. That really helped. Game 3 was against Blue Baby. So having again the Goku was definitely the best card in that. I stacked a few of these on board, and he just really couldn't do anything. He only saw one Gohan, unfortunately for him. Game 4 was against Cooler, which I think I was kind of prepared for. He can't mill me out, but also having stuff like the Kai to board clear his Cooler arrivals, that was really good. Then I had 2 losses in a row, which was one of them was a mirror, which that was my misplay. He went all in on the Black Marseille, and for some reason, I don't know why, I forgot Champa was the thing, and I should have negated, then I would have had enough to combo out with his swings, but I didn't do that for whatever reason. And also I lost to King Piccolo on stream because I just didn't really know what to do against that deck. I didn't practice enough against it. I didn't practice at all against it, never played it. It was on stream, and I didn't see the Black Marseille, which I think would have helped. I just underestimated how deep he could go in that match, and also in the last round I played Dark Broly, and I think Dark Broly is quite a decent matchup for this deck. If you get the right pieces, you can go hard aggro in on them, and they can't really deal with it too well. My opponent did misplay against me. He tapped out in the last turn, so he was on 2 energy. He tapped out. He had Brainwash in hand, but as soon as I saw that he tapped out, I just went in. A lot of 1-drop swings and Overrealm, all of that good stuff. So that's the deck. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, stick it in the comments below, and please leave a like, and we'll see you guys next time.